Hello everyone, welcome back. So, we are very close to finishing the game. However, we've got a bunch of loose ends we have yet to tie up. So I believe it is apt to spend an episode exploring all of the secret areas, all of the side paths that we've been ignoring, as well as clear up some unfinished business. So, if you've ever looked up in Firelink Shrine, you might notice the giant crow that carried us here right at the start of the game. He hangs around for the whole game, he's just up there. And it's actually possible that he links to a secret path. I say secret, we've been there before, but a lot of players on their first run will probably completely miss out this area. Those of you who've obviously played before know exactly what I'm talking about, but it basically involves a very short jumping puzzle, which I always fuck up on every time I do it. I genuinely had a run where it took me like 40 tries to try and get this jump. It is by no means that difficult of a jump, but for some reason I just can't do it. So we'll give it our best shot. It basically involves using this elevator to get somewhere that, well, you might not really have thought to go. Yeah, you don't actually have to carry that thing all the way to the top. It is possible to get up a little bit early, and as you can see, there's actually some treasures hiding around this area. So yeah, the jump basically involves doing a hop onto that. It looks really simple, but for some reason I can just never, my like reptilian brain doesn't work properly, but let's give it a go. You're kidding me, I just did that first. Okay, great. Seriously, I've spent like an hour in a previous run trying to do that. Oh, maybe shouldn't be calling our shots a bit too early, but yeah, just a very, very short little platforming puzzle. This game's full of them. You might originally think, hey, maybe you're not actually meant to go there. Turns out that, yeah, you are. So, the first thing we'll want to actually do is not to go straight there. Actually, there's an item we need to find on top of these roofs. So if you give me just a second. Oh, don't just hop onto this, I thank you. What are you? Undead Asylum, Floor 2, West Key. If we give that a little cheeky read, it says, key to the iron bars on the west side of the second floor. The Undead Asylum is a giant undead prison, segmented by countless iron bars. But even if a hero found the key in Lordran to liberate the prison, would he have the means or the heart to come back? So, turns out there may be some point of the Northern Undead Asylum of which, well, we've left unexplored, probably because it's been hidden by a key. Also, look, it's kind of cool little sun rays. There's a few little, like, soul items scattered around here, but I'm basically just going to try and make my way back. I think you might actually have to do the platforming puzzle a second time if you can't make this jump. Which I just about made. Terrific. I did not want to have to do that a second time. Seriously, I don't know how, looking back, how I had so much trouble on that. It seems so silly, but yeah. If you ever have trouble on that, consider maybe disabling 60 FPS using backspace on your keyboard if you're using DSFix, or equipping heavy armor I think helps. But yeah. You might be wondering, how are we going to get back to the asylum? Quite simply, really. We're just going to sit here, just for a second, and have a little listen to our friend. So yeah, it turns out that that's actually a two-way trip, which you can take as many times as you like. Terrifically, you'd probably want to go back at a later point, because there is an item here that will really help out in Blighttown, as well as a couple of other mucky areas. But yeah, we're back at the Northern Undead Asylum, but there's a few small changes. It's kind of one of those game trope things where the level gets hard. They like take you back to the first level and it's a lot harder. And basically, still full of hollows, but it's full of this horrible torch variant, which, if you haven't played the game, you might be thinking, oh, it's just shitty torch zombie. No, they will stun lock you and instantly kill you, especially if they kill you in a group. So let's not have that happen today. Let's just kick their paths, kick their bodies down the path. And look, yeah, this is the tutorial area. You can still read on the signs that our friend left behind, but if you listen very carefully as we walk in here, there's a noise in the distance. Listen very carefully. Oh! That was the noise. There's a big old stray demon down here having a great time. So yeah, you can come back to Northern Undead Asylum and there's actually like a hidden little mini-boss to fight. I say mini-boss, he is basically just a reskin of the boss you fight at the start of the game, and the, Staffy boy. Oh, what am I doing? That's an insta-kill attack. Yeah. He's not too difficult once you remember what you're doing, but I actually haven't played this game like every time. Apparently I always seem to make a big break between these things. I always seem to forget their attacks. But yeah, this one's a very magey boy, I believe, is the politically correct term. But I do believe he just takes a shitload of bleed if we want to. So we get him to use his... Yeah, use your one-shot attack, that's terrific. We'll go over here. You can just use a shield to buff through that if you like, if you're having a lot of difficulty, like you try to dodge into it and you missed your dodge. But really, you shouldn't have too much difficulty with him, as long as you've got a half-decent weapon. And we're still rocking that plus 10 weapon. We haven't actually used the plus 15 upgrade yet. Probably should have before I went on this adventure. But yeah, if you do die here, which I think I did do on a previous run, you will have to go through that entire platforming puzzle all over again, because I completely forgot to rest at any bonfire. But shouldn't be too much of a trouble. Stray demon, down in one go. Goodbye, my dude. But he drops a very, very useful item indeed. A homeward bone. Yeah, that's right. No. A titanite slab. He drops a titanite slab. This is a guaranteed slab, which is really, really good. It is the plus 15 upgrade item, as we've said before, but they're increasingly rare. Like, Dark Souls 2 and 3... 3 just... Bloody hell, I think they just stopped leveling up after 10. You don't really get a plus 15 weapon, and Dark Souls 2 gives you slabs, like, left, right, and center. This game, I think there's, like, 5 or something. 5 or 6. This is one of the easy ones to guarantee yourself if you always come back here and you can get that plus 15 weapon. Normally you want to do that for the 4 Kings fight, just to make it a bit easier. But yeah, we can roll through here, I think, to get back to the start of the game. Is that where we need to go? I believe so. There's a couple of hidden paths. We're not going to go visit... Are we going to visit? We're going to visit you. Alright. Look, there's also a black demon. This is actually the prison that we broke out from at the very start of the game. It turns out that the prison's basically been overrun by black knights. I can't remember the lore reason. We'll probably find it on, like, an item. I think it's something along the case of they came here to make sure that there's no undead who could come and fulfill the prophecy by basically slaughtering them. If they were here right at the start of the game, you would be demolished. Like, this man has just been... Christ. He's got a really cool sword. If you can get that sword, it is a fun run for you ahead. It is a cool weapon. And yeah, he'll drop a red titanite chunk, which I think is for leveling up fire weapons, if we have a little check. Red titanite is a powerful fire energy. With the discovery of chunks and Lordran, the race to locate the legendary slabs has begun. But could they be mere myth? And yeah, we've got a white titanite slab for that magic weapon we're never going to use, and a couple of other things lying around. But cool. Anyway, you can go all the way back here to the very, very start of the game. This is where we started the game off. You remember we were sitting here, we were having a great time in our clothes, and yeah, there's another boy here with a peculiar doll. Peculiar doll. A strange doll in strange dress. There was once an abomination who had no place in this world. She clutched this doll tightly, and was eventually drawn into a cold and lonely painted world. What on earth could that mean? I don't know. We're going to find out later, though. I actually forgot about that part of the game, so we might make 2 episodes. I don't know. It depends how long it'll take us to explore that side zone. I hadn't really rocked that in, but yeah. We'll see how things go in terms of a timing standpoint, because I love making long episodes, but I think if it's thematically wise to set that into its own episode, we might do that. There is an additional thing we need to do. You might remember that we picked up a key. That key goes onto the floor 2. There's a door that we need to get that will give us an item. Should we locate it? I've completely forgotten how to make my way around the asylum. There's like a ladder here, isn't there? You go through the room and there's a ladder? Yeah, there we go. God, it's so strange coming through the early part of the game once you've already been here. Yeah, there's black knights around. They're sitting around. They're doing their thing. If you can find them, you can... I don't think they respawn, but you can farm them for some items if you like. Just kill all of them. They give you a good number of souls and a chance to get some solid items. But I need to try and remember where the bloody door is. Is it... I think it's upper floor. So to get upper floor, we need to go through here, maybe? Yeah, here we go. Look at him there, looking all misty. There used to be a bow and arrow boy here. And now there's just that guy there, standing all cool and foggy. Is he going to do a charging attack? He most certainly is. I don't even have to parry him. I'm just doing it because it's fun, basically. I really like parrying in this game. So satisfying when you can get it down to a tick like that. So yeah, just swipe him away. Will you drop me something pretty? Just another red chunk. Yeah, they give you a lot of chunks. If you're doing fire weapons or something, definitely make a point to come here so you can get your fire weapon up on those stats. But the door... Oh dear. I forgot about this young man. So yeah, remember at the start of the game there was a man who gave us this? We didn't... didn't we kill him? Maybe we didn't. We just kicked him in the crotch, didn't we? Yeah. He's basically become hollow. Like, Oscar, I think he's just called Nameless Knight in the final release, but in all of the, you know, dev documents he was called Oscar. Oscar of... somewhere. I forget where you're from. Astora? Oscar of Astora, maybe? But yeah. He died at the beginning of the game, if you remember. He's basically crashed through the ceiling by that monster, as I was reminded by the comment section. Basically, people seem to think that he was lifted up, like he was smashed up by the stray demon. Oh, not the stray demon, the asylum demon, I should say. Smashed through the roof there, and, you know, basically just fell into a pit and died to death. As most of us probably will, dying to death. Quite a common way to do it, but yeah. Not particularly a difficult battle, but quite sad, really, how he's basically what saved us. I think the game wouldn't exist if it wasn't for him, because he drops you the key right at the start of the game to let you out of your own cell. So, yeah. Bye, Oscar. His shield's, like, really solid, though, if I remember. Crest Shield. Shield of a Nameless Knight. Likely a high-ranked Knight of Astora. One of the 2 enchanted blue shields. Or one of the enchanted blue shields, I should say. The Crest Shield greatly reduces magic damage. So yeah, 100% physical reduction, solid to stability, just a really good shield if you really want it. But yeah, if you ever come here at the start of the game... Oh shit, I forgot about that little ball. Jesus Christ. I didn't realise there was going to be a ball again. Actually, I genuinely forgot about that. I thought the ball was a one-off. Was it you? You're a dick. I'm going to just... you in the dick. You go over there. Yeah, if you come here at the start of the game, you'll go off to a side path and wander... like, it'll just say that there's a locked door, and you'll wonder what you're meant to do about it. Obviously, there's nothing you can do at the start of the game because you won't have the key yet. Go on. Shoot your arrow at me, I dare you. That's right. Yeah, you'll go through here. That's where you normally jump down to fight the demon. But if you come through this doorway, you'll see that there's like a big old locked door, and you'll be like, whoa, what's that all about? And then you'll completely forget about it until, like, right now, where you come back through, and you're like, oh, yeah, I remember this. So yeah, innocent little locked door. We've now got the key for it, though. And through this section, we will find a incredibly useful ring, which we won't be able to use now, because we've passed the point in the game at which it's useful, but yeah. The Rusted Iron Ring. This iron ring was used to shackle the guilty. It is terribly rusted and faintly stained with blood. Those who find this strange ring to their liking will be pleased to find it easier to gain footing on poor ground such as swamps. So basically, this ring, if you equip it, removes the slowdown you get from walking in water and swamps. So, obviously Blighttown, an area full of those swamps. Basically, the whole area is just a big old poison swamp. It'll let you run through it at full speed, which is amazing. It's actually a humongous change. Can we open it from this end? Of course we can, right? Yeah, a little shortcut. Probably could have used that earlier if we'd remember to get it at the start of the game, but oh well. And as well as that, the water on the way to the DLC. Big old swamp, big old watery area. That's one place that you'll want to use this. But anyway, there's one more area that I want to quickly discover. Oh yeah, I completely forgot, but fighting that boss gave us quite a few souls, which I believe we can... Oh, we're pretty close. Let's shove it into Endurance. We're getting a little bit late in, but Endurance is always handy. Always handy to have a little bit more of that. Hello, waifu. Yeah, she's having a great time. How are you doing, my dude? Hello. Oh, he's happy with us as well.
The molten giant watches over the flame of chaos.
Oh, he tells us about Lost Island.
Fair lady and Mistress Quaylag fled from the ruins. I do not know the details, and I do not ask.
Oh my, I didn't know you told us that. That's some pretty saucy information. Yeah. I had no idea. Wow, this game surprises you. They don't expect you to go back to early areas, you see, so when you do and talk to the NPCs, they always seem to have different dialogue, but yeah. He basically just said that Quaylag and Waifu Lady came from Lost Izalith, which you can vaguely see in the distance, kinda, maybe. Those are the Demon's Ruins. Lost Izalith you'll know because they're basically big old spherical pyramids, if you know what I mean. They're just big old towers. But anyway, yeah. Remember how I said, like, we're not actually going to be able to use that Rusted Iron Ring? Turns out the next area actually requires us to use it, just because it will make it a lot easier. So yeah, we've come all the way back to Blighttown. I'll cut all of the running because it will take quite a little time, but yeah. You might remember earlier in the game, we came to a big old tree, but we didn't explore it. There's a big reason for that. Basically, if you get all the way to the bottom, and I've made this mistake before, if you get all the way to the bottom, there's a super secret area, in the super secret area, in the super secret area, and there's no way to get out without running for like 2 hours, which I did in a previous run, because I thought I could teleport. But now we've kind of, you know, breached that point in the game. We can just teleport at bonfires, so that's a much better idea. We have not changed the rings. Sweet. Let's shove this on and have a little run. Well, while we're here, couldn't we give Siegmeyer his stuff? Is he still around? If you're having, like, a lot of difficulty with Blighttown, genuinely consider going to get that ring, especially. Poison means very little, obviously. Yeah, we're not really going to bother killing all of these enemies. There's quite a lot of them. Poison means very little. It's just a tiny bit of health debuff. It just kind of looks scary, so that's why a lot of players get spooked by poison. But yeah, get that iron ring and you'll be able to have, like, no trouble at all in Blighttown. Because basically, the whole trouble is mostly just from the fact that you can't really run very well. Wasn't Siegmeyer, like... I thought he spawned, like, here. What happened, my dude? Onion boy, where have you gone? Oh, there he is. Look, Siegmeyer, all the way over there, look. Hello. How's it going, my dude? He's asleep in the middle of bloody Blighttown, the badass. What the hell? Fucking love Siegmeyer. He's in, like, the most dangerous place that, like, every, like, new player hates. He's just sitting here falling asleep, having a little snooze.
Oh ho!
Oh ho!
Excuse me, I
Hello.
was so absorbed in thought I just drifted away.
That's alright.
You see, I'm actually in a bit of a fix. I've made it this far. But I'm short on antidote moss for the trip back. By my knighthood, I'm ashamed to ask. But can you spare a few scraps of moss?
I can give you some moss.
And
I have the moss, terrific!
thank you.
I was so worried I didn't have any moss to give. You only want one.
Knight of Katarina expresses his deepest
Fucking love
gratitude.
Siegmeyer.
I
He's
shall
happy.
not forget this. Please, take this. A symbol of my appreciation.
He gave us a shield.
Well, our fates do seem entwined, don't they? Perhaps this, too, is the will of Lord Gwyn.
He knows about Gwyn, does he? Or is he taking the piss out of Gwyn? I'm not actually sure. He might be taking the piss. He is from a different land. But yeah, he's a great guy.
Poison swamp.
It's like quicksand in here. Yeah. Alright, so we've just sent him off to the next neck of the journey. I believe it sends him to Lost Isolith, where we will visit. I love his... We're going to do his storyline. I love your bloody storyline. I hope I haven't been too late. A lot of points in this game, they tell you to do a bunch of stuff, and then if you're too late on it, you lose out on any opportunity to do it. Bit of a dick move, to be honest, but whatever. You kind of have to... Do have to read the wiki at some points to understand if you get really confused as to, oh, why isn't the guy spawning? What happened to him? It's like, oh, well, you know, if you sign the Treatise of Artorius 2 levels too early, then, yeah, he will despawn and turn to a maggot monster. It's like, well, that's terrific. I wish I'd known about that. Anyway, here we are. Great Hollow, big old tree. We're actually going to go down it today. But we're going to give it a brisk run because, realistically, there's a lot of shit down here that I don't really need. Feel free to come and explore this area on your own time. It is a wonderful place to come in your first run. Just, there's so much stuff. There's so many different platforms. You can fall down. You can go to so many different places. It's a lot of level up equipment, which I don't really need right now. So I will leave those for all of you to explore should you want to. Have a little bit of fun. There's a lot of... by a lot, I mean there is a lot of Titanite turtles. They're not called Titanite turtles. Titanite buggies? Boys? Titanite? The little sparkly boys that give you metal when you kill them. There's a shitload of them here. So if you need any equipment at all being upgraded, you just come here and you murder everything. I mostly just come here early to get the Chloranthy ring. Speaking of Chloranthy ring, how about we poke that one? There we go. And there's also a shitload of basilisks, which I just remembered. So we'll probably want to equip something with high... curse resistance. How are you on the curse? 0, 2? The equipment that you get at the start of the game for being a cross-dresser is really, really, really good at curse resistance. So yeah, the head's obviously not as good as our bloaty boy. We can actually wear the bloated head. So yeah, the dinghy set that you get, that you find in the library, I believe, maybe, is really, really good for curse resistance. So equip that when you come down here, and you'll die slightly less to basilisks. Of course, if you die, you're basically screwed. You lose half your health permanently until you can get your curse removed, which is really hard to do at the early game, because you need a lot of souls for it, and all those souls you really want to be putting into, like, strength and endurance and stuff. But yeah, we're going to carefully find our ways down here. It's very easy to slip and die, especially with the camera being the way it is. If you're having difficulty... in the options menu, I believe you probably want to turn off camera auto wall recovery if you're having a lot of difficulty. I'm leaving it on just because I'm a bad man who doesn't care about anything. But yeah, if you come here with not too much HP, or you die because of the camera, it's gonna happen. I just need to remember how to get down. There's a lot of little side-winding paths. You're meant to kind of jump from tree to tree. You don't really want me to jump all the way down there, do you? Am I gonna die from this? I can see my shadow. You can kind of use your shadow to guess where you're gonna be, but then sometimes you land on top of things and then it, like, moves you off. What are you? Oof. White Titanite chunk. So yeah, if you want, like, any upgrade materials, this is really the place to go. Unfortunately, this isn't Dark Souls 2, so there isn't any full damage reduction ring. So you really, if you're dying a lot and you're using a lot of Estus, you might want to consider just leveling up that bonfire back there. Might help. And let's just keep making our way down. Might be able to survive the fall. I wouldn't trust it, though. This game is awful with some fall damage. You think you're only falling, like, a foot, and then it turns out you're actually falling, like, 1,000 meters, and you instantly die. Am I just fucked? Oh, well, looks like we're gonna have to put it to the test. Can we survive this fall? Yes. Just about survived the fall. They don't have to kill you, by the way, to curse you. It's just if they breathe enough on you. And there's also, the ground is full of all these holes. You'll be, like, rolling away from all the basilisks and getting scared, and then you'll fall through the hole and die. So watch out for that. That's, like, a serious issue. A very, very good point in the game for... You're going to give us your eye. The Eye of Death. Quite a nice drop. If you come here at the point in the game... Well, I completely forgot what I was going to say, but whatever. Eye of Death. Here we go. The Eye of Death is a... I believe it's Nito's item. Alright. Eye of Death. Online play item. Lure phantoms from other worlds. Only Covenanter can use this item, while Hollows cannot. So you have to be in Nito's Covenant, I think. The dreadful Eyes of Death spread despair across neighbouring worlds. Phantom lured to the host world may end up as victims, allowing the Eyes of Death to multiply, and leading to the further proliferation of Bane. Basically, I think you, like... I don't actually know perfectly how it works, but I think it's something along the lines of you force people into your world, maybe, instead of invading other people's worlds. I'm actually not entirely sure. I know that the Nito boys can infect other worlds with super powerful enemies. I don't know if that's related to this, possibly. But let's go down here, quickly fight everything. Fortunately, we've got enough curse resist that should we just run through here. God, there's a lot of curse resist. Yeah, if I wasn't wearing any of these items, this bar probably would have capped out by now. Like, the default curse resist is 0, pretty much. I think it's based off of your resistance or something. But yeah, you basically just instantly get cursed if you go down here with the proper equipment. Another really good set is the... Remember the boy in the Abyss that opened up the key? Like, the guy in the red suit? Him? His armor's really good. You can get a set of it in Blighttown, I believe. It's really good. Very pointy. I quite like that set. But look, we're making our way down. It just keeps going on, by the way. It especially feels like it's a lot longer if you're taking care to find every item, and if you are dying a lot, basically. If you're, like, mistiming the jumps. But yeah, remember how I said earlier, something about the mushroomy boys and punching you? This area is full of them. There's a lot of them. And believe it or not, it may be because of the fact that there's a bunch of giant mushrooms here for them to live on. I don't know. I forgot they actually attack you. I thought they were friendly. Never mind. I guess they do, like, a really shitty attack on you. I don't know if they drop anything here. I know the big ones, the big mamas, as they are called. What a horrible noise. They'll drop the lightning resin, obviously. The thunder, the lightning pine resin, the gold pine resin. But yeah, the little ones don't really do much. Although you are playing on, like, a weird elevated ground, so you probably miss half your attacks like that. Do you drop anything? Just very little experience, I think. 50. It's not meant to be worth killing them, really. The game doesn't want you to kill them. Here's the big mama. Will you give us some gold pine resin, maybe? Or One Punch has. I've watched One Punch Man. I know what you're capable of. One Punch Man is actually descended from a mushroom, believe it or not. And they're these mushrooms. The strongest of all the mushrooms. They did 1,000 mushroom press-ups. And 1,000 mushroom sit-ups. And ran for 1,000 mushroom days. For a year. And became very swole. They don't have a great deal of range. So if you just stand back and be very careful, you won't really die to them. But if you do come here, as I said, like... Remember when we came here earlier, we're basically in Blighttown? We probably would be one-shot, or at least nearly one-shot by them. So yeah, just be very careful, be very patient. You're not going to drop anything for us? That's a shame. I guess we just killed a bunch of mushrooms for nothing. Oh god, their bodies are everywhere. I'm sorry! I didn't mean to kill... I mean, I did. I did slash them a little bit. I'm going to kill this other one just for fun, though. 1, 2... 1... Oh, there's a little secret double attack there. Oh shit, yeah. So we could probably survive about 2 hits, and then if the baby came along and hit us like once more, we'd die. Oh god, at the double hit. Okay, let's go and quickly heal. I think the baby chases you and then kills you after the big mum has done her damage. He's just gonna fall at us. Oh, they got little fists. They're trying their best. Oh. They're trying their best, but they are obviously very slashable. Is he gonna do another double attack? Weird. The others didn't have... Oh, you have 1 health. The others didn't have nearly as cool of a double attack as that. They all just kind of punched once and left. Alright then. But that's all the mushrooms dead, pretty much. There's a couple of them lying around somewhere, but yeah. They might drop that gold pine resin, which is very good. But yeah, look. We've come to the bottom of one secret area. We're about to find one of the coolest areas in the game. Genuinely. Mostly because you'll probably never see it, like a lot of the time. So let me just quickly equip my normal stuff as we go down here. Have a sweeping look at Ash Lake. Whoa. I bet you didn't think an area like this existed in the game. Yeah, this is the lowest point in all of Lodron. This is all the way at the bottom of the world. Like, genuinely, this is like... It's full of ash because I think there's something about the original fire, something, big fire, everything got burnt up. Loads of trees made out of stone and... yeah, just don't look at that for a second. Yeah, big old trees, big old ash lake. One of the coolest areas in the game. Humongous things. So the world is basically, like, that is the land above us. That is the ground level. The land is based on these giant trees holding everything up, which is awesome. But yeah, the music here, the mini boss fight, an NPC we'll meet. Everything about it is just... It's just superb. I fucking love this area. It's like the sheer scale. A lot of the game is spent in like dreary dungeons, underground, you know, ancient cities, all that stuff. This is just the whole world, and a very big snaky boy with a turtle back. Yeah, it's a Hydra. I didn't actually know you could kill this Hydra. Shit. I didn't know you die by falling off the ledge there. Yeah. Be very careful. Sometimes you'll be walking along a slight edge and it will take 8 seconds to decide that you died. Whoops. Good thing we rested at the bonfire. But yeah, if you come down here, normally you won't rest at this bonfire if you come down here without the ability to teleport, because you'll come down here, do your stuff, and then teleport back to the top of the top of the tree. Unfortunately, you know, fortunately, because we do have the ability to teleport, we will just rest there so we can redo this. But yeah, look. Big ol' Hydra. We're gonna fight him. He has a lot more HP than the one we fought before. I've never actually bothered fighting him, I think. I normally get a bit scared and run away. You normally can just run along the entire Ash Lake to get to him. Or to skip him even, so you don't really have to worry. But I do believe he is still all physical attack. So if you just... Oh god, he is a bitey boy, isn't he? If you just stand here and hold up your physical shield, I don't think he'll be able to hit you. Fucking hell, maybe you can. You can at least hit all of your endurance. But yeah, same stuff as before, really. If you've got a bow, you can take him out quite easily. Or if you're into any magic at all. Unfortunately, I haven't really spec'd into any of that, so I just kind of have to sit here and swing my thing and hope I can hit one of the heads. I do a little bit of damage, yeah. He's got quite a lot of HP, but as with the last one, if you just take all the heads out, he'll instantly die. Big old physical attack that apparently missed. Do you want to try again? You can watch him. He has some tells due to some animation quirks. You can tell when he's about to send his snaky boys out. Hello. This one's in the stand, apparently. God, we can't even one-shot it. That's quite dangerous. I guess we do need a plus 15 scythe for that. But yeah. Just the fact that, like, there's not even any special boss music for it. It's just the level itself is so spooky. Oh, that's part magic, is it? The level itself is so spooky that it will just silently play. I don't quite know why there's a Hydra here either, other than the fact that this area is, like, really old and ancient. I guess it's just the fact that it's an old enemy. That, it just lives here. That's just what it does. As to how a Hydra got to the surface and lives in that big lake up top, I'm not actually sure what the lore is behind that. He just kind of lives in that lake, doesn't he? You think they'd all live down here at the start of the world where all ancient stuff lives, but maybe not. But yeah, really cool monster. It's a shame that, you know, we have a giant fuck-off scythe, and he doesn't. So yeah, we're just going to sit here and do a little bit more slicing. We might even kill him before we slice off all the heads, which would be quite interesting. You're going to bite. There we go. Oof. Goodbye. Not too much. Oh god, he's like 1 health away. If we can just give him one more whack, he'll be good to go. Don't fall into the water, by the way. The reason I haven't been fighting directly in the water is because the edge just falls off for infinity, and you fall down and instantly die. So if you fight him, you do have to kind of fight him at this level. There we go. Wow, I killed him, but without killing all of his heads. That's pretty cool. Weird amount of damage that we're doing. But yeah, we go. Ancient Hydra down, Dragon Scale, 10,000 souls, some good stuff. What is the Dragon Scale? Oh, Dragon Scale. Reinforces dragon weapons. Peeled from an ancient dragon. A dragon is inseparable from its scales, and for the transcendent apostles, who seek the perpetuity of ancient dragons, have crossed the very end of the earth to seek this invaluable treasure. Well, we are at the end of the earth, and we have sought this treasure. Little bamboo thing here, by the way. Maybe not bamboo, but yeah. There's also some other enemies here, which you might think are quite strange, due to the fact that they're all the way down here, since they relate to a certain NPC. But perhaps not, yeah. There's these snappy boys, who you might remember from the library, from Seath. Seath the Dragon, yes. He was he was a big fan of, like, experimenting with animals and shoving them together with other animals. So I'm not entirely sure what he's meant to be. Like a clam demon, perhaps. The most worrisome of all the demons. Hello? A clam demon mixed with, like, a soup bowl, perhaps. But yeah, they love eating people. They're called, like, man-eater clams, or man-eater snippy boys. But yeah, the fact that they're here is quite strange, because supposedly they're either made by Seath, or there's something to do with curses, at least. Because, you know, they drop the... What's it called? The anti-curse block. The thing that accepts a curse instead of you. What's it called? Are you going to give us one? No? Alright. Yeah, because they drop the Purging Stone. It's kind of thought that they were, like, at least they were either made by Seath, or they were a side effect of Seath's experiments with trying to make dragon scales, because, you know, he was born scaleless. He wanted to be immortal, because it's the scales that give dragons their immortality. So he experimented with crystals to make his own crystalline scales, and that kind of generated curse. Curses made from crystals, which is interesting, because there's also basilisks up in the tree. The proprietor of curse in this game. So, just a lot of weird stuff here that kind of ties in Seath. Is it possible that Seath's been down here? You know, he was down here to experiment with dragons. Maybe he met the Hydra, maybe he made the Hydra. I don't think he made the Hydra. I think the Hydra's a bit older than he is. Maybe they're the same age, I don't know. I'm not quite sure what the lore implications between Seath and a Hydra are. But yeah. There we go, Twinkling Titanite. Really good as well. Twinkling Titanite on launch. Didn't drop from any enemies. So if you wanted it, you had to... Where am I going? You had to find it. I'm going the wrong way. It's surprisingly easy to get lost here, but once you've killed the Hydra, there's not that much trouble. If you don't kill it, you kind of have to dodge its magic attack over and over again. Here we go. This tree has some really interesting stuff inside of it, as we will see. First of all, there's some basilisks. Like, all the way down here. They're not just in the tree up there. They are just living in this tree. Are they a parasite? They might be. I'm actually not sure. I'm not entirely sure how they got here, or what they are. Just that they're, you know, spooky little eye boys. But if we can do... If we can get there somehow, do we have to keep climbing around the outside, maybe? I think there might be a secret hidden wall in here somewhere we're going to have to find. We don't have very much curse resistance, do we? I'm going to hope I just don't get hit. I don't really want to change items. Maybe there isn't a hidden wall. Maybe you can just walk outside. Is it here? I've completely forgotten how to get there. I could swear there was like a thing you had to drop. Oh, is it just this? Oh, okay. I was looking around for like 5 minutes. I thought it was a secret wall you had to go through. There's actually like a little thing you have to drop onto, showing your perception level. And yeah. The Miracle Great Magic Barrier, which has lore implications. Great Magic Barrier. Miracle of Bishop Havel the Rock. Yes, that Havel, the one with the big armor and the cool ring that lets us carry more armor. Cover body in a powerful defensive magic coating. This is, I think, the best magic defense you can get. Might be wrong. But it requires 24 faith, which is quite a lot. So, you know. Havel the Rock, an old battlefield compatriot of Lord Gwyn, was the sworn enemy of Seath the Scaleless. He despised magic and made certain to devise means of counteraction. So, magic being int-based and miracles being faith-based. Havel was a bishop, meaning that he's more of the faith side, and Seath was, well, like a wizard dragon thing, so he loves his intelligence. And they didn't really get along very well. There may or may not have been a humongous war between dragons and everyone else, and Seath kind of traitorized being a traitor against the dragons by turning his back on them. to put as many words into a phrase as possible. Basically, Seath turned his back on all the dragons, but Havel never liked him anyway. Which is kind of weird, because at the end of the battle, Lord Gwyn, who was Havel's boss, gave him his own library and called him a duke and gave him a bit of his soul, and Havel wasn't very happy. So, yeah, he made the Great Magical Barrier thing, so he can basically tell Seath to fuck off. So it's kind of interesting that also in Anor Londo. How did I forget the name Anor Londo? Jesus Christ. Anyway, yeah. Havel, in Anor Londo, you can see Havel's kind of strange anti-god weapons that he had. The occult stuff. So it's interesting that he seemed to have a lot going against Seath. But yeah, once you've beaten the Hydra, you can't get him without beating him, but, you know. Once you've beaten the Hydra, you've climbed down the mountain, there's even more to discover. There's this little grove here, full of old trees and that thing. A very strange thing indeed. A very old thing. One of the last of all of these things. It is, of course, a Strome dragon. The very, very last dragon. Sorry, one of the very last everlasting dragons, I should say. They're called everlasting because they're made out of rock, basically. They're not really like people or plants. They're more like rocks that kind of have souls. But yeah, the first time you come here, it's horrifying. It's just this giant rock demon thing. But yeah, you can join a covenant with him. You can join him. Go on. I would like to be one with the dragons, please. If you think dragons are cool, you want to speak to this man, but he gives you the dragon head stone and the dragon eye. And you can offer him dragon scales to level up your covenant powers to get more items on unlock, more dragon related items. But yeah, the head item he gives you, oh, first of all, sorry, the eye he gives you, finds a player who has acquired a dragon scale and invade that player's world to pillage it. So basically, if you need more dragon scales, you can use the dragon eye to go around and pillage dragon scales from other players, which is pretty cool. An art of the transcendent apostles who pray to the ancient dragons. To be alive is to be vulnerable, and the fiery gods are no exception. The apostles seek another plane of existence which transcends life. So yeah, you do the work for the dragons, and he gives you more dragon-related items, which is really cool. But yeah, Dragon Head Stone. Stone imbued with the power of the dragons. Rite of apostles of the ancient dragons. Gain Head of Dragon. Emit dragon breath. Yes, you get a dragon head. The apostles seek transcendence of life, attainable only by transformation into an ancient dragon. The rite is only one step, but it cannot be reversed until death. So, if you give me just a moment, we will remove our helmet, and we will have a little look. Wait. So, you know, this is what I look like on, you know, on the main Facebook page to all my friends. And yeah, this is what I look like on the internet to all of my strange internet friends. You get a cool dragon head, and you can't take it off until you die. But it's basically, well, you know, it lets you breathe fucking fire. That's right. What did you think it was gonna let you do? It's so cool. You literally just Jesus, what a cool video game. Ooh, that's the noise you make when you become a dragon. But yeah, you gotta keep this, so you can do whatever you like with it. So, now we have visited the ancient dragon boy, we are going to go and catch up and finish Siegmeyer's storyline, as well as drink Estus through our neck. So let's go and have a check to see if he's still around in Lost Izalith. I'm not sure if he is, but we'll have a look. Is this really the closest bonfire? Okay, we're gonna have to run all the way through Lost Izalith, and I don't think there's a faster bonfire than this. If there is, I probably should have Googled it, but you know, we're not the Googling type. We like to find things out ourselves. I think Googling kind of defeats the purpose of Dark Souls, which is exploration and adventure. And also, profuse cutting in YouTube videos, so people don't have to watch the whole thing. Fortunately, if you'll remember, we created a nice little shortcut before for saving our boy in blue. Oh, and we just took an even shorter way down. Normally, I think you don't really want to lose all of your legs on the way down, but you know, that's alright. We're in the leg-losing mood today. So if I just quickly zoom along. Oof, here we are. Oh, it's a crystal demon. Crystal demon? A crystal titanite turtle. In time, too. Let's kill him. What do you give us? Twinkling titanite. Brilliant. Yeah, this is the shortcut to get back through Lost Izalith, basically. We want to go and speak to our boy. And to do that, we probably want to equip our... yeah, no lava damage ring. To my knowledge, this is the highest, as I said before, this is the highest HP demon in the game. Titanite demon, I should say. But I also don't want to fight him. You're also fighting him in a tiny, tiny corridor. So, unless you've got a plus 15 weapon or you're just really good at fighting them, I'd recommend just running away as fast as you can. Probably the best idea. Hello. Don't mind me. Just being a friend. Yeah, you can also just jump through his magic. I don't like fighting them. I never normally do. But a lot of players do just like fighting them because they're kind of cool. I do also believe that he respawns. So if you want to fight him over and over again to get his crafting items, you can just do that. Did he miss us with his magic attack? And that's pretty sweet. Alright then. So, actually, that took way less time than I was expecting if it's literally just here. We need to drop back down to where we... Oh, Siegmeyer, you are here. And you are alive. All of these things are pretty fantastic. How do I get back down to you? Is there a normal walk? There is a normal walkie path. Cool. You don't have to drop down every time and lose your HP. You can just walk along this and try and loosely remember the path. But yeah. That's Siegmeyer here. Basically, this is a point in the game where if you do things incorrectly, you can completely fuck up in every single way, like Dark Souls likes you to do. Basically, he wants to fight all of these things because he's a knight and it's his honor. If I were to just kill everything, he'd become really sad because he hasn't been able to help us. We've been helping him all game, just across his quest line, you know, giving him moss and saving him and, you know, getting him out of the... opening the door to Sen's Fortress and all that. So he wants to pay us back. If we were to just kill all of them, he'd feel devastated because he's like a knight and he hasn't done anything knightly. Like that time, you know, we killed everything in Anor Londo, all those knights. Yeah. If you don't kill any of them, he just runs down there and gets demolished. Like, he actually just dies instantly, basically. So what we're going to do is a little thing called the cheese method, which I believe pretty much everyone does. And I would recommend you do it too, because I love this man. And I don't want him to die to such a silly thing as giant gaping more parasite demons. So yeah, you just sit here, you shoot them all down, and you leave one of them at very little HP, which I decide will be that one. You will fight that one, Siegmeyer. Let me just quickly slay the others for you. Alright, we've done it. I don't think there's another one just lying around down there. So now we can have us a little chat with our friend, who may or may not be asleep in a horrible demon-infested pit full of parasites. But, you know, that's our boy, really. This is why we love him. He's bloody asleep again, isn't he? Wait, hello? Hello.
Excuse me, I was so absorbed in thought I just drifted away.
Do you not
Must be the wolf.
see that moonwalking demon, Siegmeyer? Do you not?
No? Don't
No?
tell me. Those
Okay.
monsters making life difficult for you? You need not be ashamed. We're all in the same boat. No. I really have run up quite a debt to you. Perhaps the time...
Yes, Siegmeyer, the time has come for you to save me and help me. I'm having a lot of difficulty with these demons, so I would love it if you went down there and dealt with all of them for me by yourself as the moonwalking demon's back. Holy shit. A cool boy. He's got a very thick bum as well. Alright. Hello.
Friend, I have an idea.
You have a good idea, do you?
I will rush those dire fiends and you can slip away in the confusion.
Yes.
Please, friend. I owe you much more than this. By the honor of the Knights of Katarina, allow me to assist you.
I'll allow you to assist me.
I go. Don't be slow.
Fucking badass. He jumps down there to save us. Look at him. Rawr. Fucking badass. He's actually obscenely strong. Like, he does 580 attack. So he could really kill all of them. But for some reason, I think he just basically dies instantly if you don't... Like, he can easily just two-shot them. That is his thing. But if you don't do this, he just dies. The game, like, basically just kills him for you, which seems like a bit of a dick move, but, you know. You can also run faster with the Iron Ring here. Oi, Siegmeyer, my dude. Thank you very much. I'm getting away, don't worry. Does he still need to kill one more? Maybe I've done this wrong. Let me just loot some stuff quickly. Isn't there just like another one around the corner he needs to talk to? Are you going to kill another one, Siegmeyer, my boy? How did you get over there? Did I not kill all of them? Is there another one down here to, like...
But you, didn't you get away? Well, you saved me once again. I think oh, don't you worry. Round below me, I'll come.
Okay. I think I've done it correctly. I think I've done it correctly. Because he didn't give me any items. Normally he'll give... If you do this incorrectly and you just kill everything for him, he'll give you something in return. But because he did his work. I think he's happy. Okay. Well, let me teleport back. Aha! Do you see this gold boy over here that wasn't here previously? Who I thought was here, I think, when I first came through. Yeah, it's another one of these imprisonment crystal boys. I think if you look up at the crystal, you can actually see a ragdoll hiding inside, who is the NPC we were about to try and save. I actually don't know how many of these gold things are in the game. I don't know if there's 2 specifically, or if there's another one somewhere. Jeez, that was an uppercut and a half. Don't kill me. I actually don't really want to die quite yet. Strong uppercut. Must be like a fighting type rock, perhaps. Fighting and rock, perhaps. Just give him a few more slashes and he will go down and drop the friend that we need to speak to. Hello. You're a little bit shorter than I thought you were. What's up?
It was you who rescued me. Why, thank you. I am Siegmeyer of Katarina.
Oh, it's Siegmeyer. Yes, it's his daughter, of course.
It wasn't terrible in there, but I could hardly move. I must think of some way to repay you.
That's alright.
Oh, have you seen my father?
Yeah, she's looking for her
You wouldn't
dad.
miss him. A suit of armor just like mine.
Yeah, I've seen him.
Thank goodness. I knew he was here somewhere. Well then, now I must find him. Thanks again, truly. Now if we'll just stay put and keep out of trouble.
So yeah, our friend, Onion Boy, has come to adventure here, and his daughter, like, he didn't tell any of his family or something, and his family's come after him. So his daughter's, like, very worried for her father because he's a little, you know, suicidal in some tendencies. She's come to try and save him. So yeah, we're now going to hop all the way back to Firelink Shrine again. Quite a interesting storyline. I'm not quite sure how you'd learn all of it without a lot of trial and error. But yeah, she's come all the way back to Firelink Shrine and has this to say to us.
Oh, hello again. We're both managing quite well, aren't we? But I haven't found my father yet. Have you seen him?
I have seen him indeed.
Really? Then I must be off. I'm sorry he's caused you trouble. He has a knack for that. If you just stay put.
Yeah, he's not staying put, is he?
Really?
Let's just rest quickly. Oh, she's still here.
Well, hello again.
Hello.
I have finally located
You have
my
located your father.
All of your help was
Hooray!
invaluable
She's
to
found
me.
him somehow.
Thank you so
Because we
much.
saved him in Lost Islet, I'm
Finally
sure.
able to pass on my mother's last words.
What were your mother's last words?
My father, he went on his final adventure. Don't worry, that's just the way he is, undead or no. Sort of reassuring, really. He goes hollow. I'll just have to kill him again.
What?
My father.
So, excuse me? Okay. Yeah, she says that she's found her father. He's gone off on his final adventure. He wasn't undead though, was he? I thought he wasn't undead. I thought the whole point of him was that he was like a super strong adventurer and that he hadn't gone insane. Or had he like somehow caught undead when he was out here and gone insane, and his own daughter had come out here to kill him because he's so strong and it's probably the only person that probably could. It's fucking awful. Alright then. We're gonna go to Ash Lake and have a final conversation with the Onion family. Alright then, so I've just run all the way from that bonfire to Ash Lake, where apparently he's gone on his final journey, and his daughter's come to... Hello? Hello?
My father. All hollow now. Nothing to do. He will cause no more trouble. It's finally over. I will return to Katarina. You assisted us so quickly. I can hardly return the favour, but please accept this. It's of no use to me now. Dear Father.
Well, on that rather somber note, I think it's a good time to pay our respects to the Great Onion Knight, who's, yeah. I'm sorry, Onion Man. Yeah. It's time to end the episode for today, though, I think. We've got one final side path, I think, which will require its own episode. So, as for that, I will see you next time. Good night.